Hey guys, we're Weekend Runaways, a couple of storytellers who take trips around the West Coast and sometimes the world to make weird and wonderful memories that keep our inner kids alive. While in San Diego, Jeff and I stopped in LEGOLAND, a place that felt weird going to without children. Would the child-sized thrills be worth the adult-sized price tag? I'm Jessica, and this is Weekend Runaways.
All right, well, we're starting our date here in LEGOLAND, and already it's kind of a nice overcast day, so it's not going to be too hot, which is fantastic. And already the theming here for fall and Halloween is on point. They have so many special decorations, all made of Legos, obviously. Like, look at this tree. That's amazing. There's so much going on here. It's kind of a little bit of an overload, but I definitely think that Jeff and I might be the only people in this park without children. We're just gonna go pick a direction and go and see what this park has to offer. And the first place we came to is Dinoland. Coastosaurus over here in Dino Valley was pretty cool. It was a bit of a wait, and it's a pretty short roller coaster, but something smart that they do. Once you go around, they say at the end, one more time, and you go around again. So that way, instead of realizing how short of a roller coaster it actually is, you feel like you're getting two rides in one, which is pretty smart of them, but.
Yeah, but it's also annoying when you're waiting in a 40-minute queue.
All right, the next land you come to is the Lego Movie Land. And it kind of looks like a little town square from the Legos movie. So it's actually pretty cool. And they have the restaurant that I think we want to eat at for lunch. So I couldn't be more excited about. My gosh. Witch's Brew Ramen. Ooh, wow. So this is the miso ramen with baked chicken, and it's got veggies. I'm already not the best at chopsticks, but oh. This is amazing. What a perfect meal for a slightly chilly Southern California day. Everything is ramen is everything you want in lunch. I think Jeff likes it. Finally found some coffee. They do not actually serve Starbucks coffee here in LEGOLAND, but they do have a few different coffee stands. And we found one right across from the Pirates Cove area and got ourselves some cold brew. I wrote down all the rides that I felt would be appropriate for Jeff and I to ride. So we're gonna take you on as many rides as is age appropriate for us to take you on. Oh my gosh, vampire.
Well, come on, back party animals! What's the dragon of me?
Just got off our first ride of the day, Dragon, over here in Castle Hill. I thought it was pretty fun.
I thought it was pretty fun, yeah.
It was honestly really fun. I think it would be a really good roller coaster for kids who are kind of learning to get used to the idea of roller coasters. It had its thrills, but it wasn't, you know, too intense. But it had a great inside part where you go through the castle and they had different scenes of like a cook and a magician and like a dragon and all kinds of stuff. The only thing I didn't like was it was disco themed. And it totally took me out of the whole medieval times castle vibes. I'm not quite sure what that was, but it was still really fun. He has two guns. That was a pretty good ride. You got to shoot at targets, kind of like Toy Story Mania.
I don't think it was as good as Buzz Lightyear in terms of like scale.
No.
But in terms of things reacting, I thought it was way better.
Yeah.
Like you'd shoot at pots and like mice would pop up. You'd
Yeah.
shoot at lamps and they turn on and off. So for that, I thought it was way better than Buzz Lightyear. It's just felt like you're in like small rooms.
Right, and it's probably meant more for small children, so.
Well,
Another ride we wanted to check out was Ninjago, which had long waits throughout the day. So, of course, we had to see what the hype was about.
That wasn't what I was expecting. I thought it was going to be more of a roller coaster, but it's more of a, you know, Toy Story Mania Buzz Lightyear type thing where you have to shoot with your arm, so my bicep is a little sore.
It didn't work for me. I don't know if my arm was like too long for it or if I had like two busted seats next to me, but it wasn't registering at all. If I was a kid and with a child-sized arm, I think I would have really loved it, especially when I was younger, because it was very epic in the battles and over the top.
I definitely see kids liking it, which I guess is the whole point, right?
If only I had a child-sized arm.
One place that was kind of overwhelming was Miniland, which took 20 million Lego bricks to build super detailed replicas of famous cities around America and the world.
Gas lamp quarter? San Diego. Interesting. Got it decked out for Halloween with spiders crawling all over it. Dino Valley boat ride was very relaxing. It's extremely slow. So if you're on the verge of falling asleep and you're tired, probably not the best ride, but it was very calming and relaxing.
The Explorer River Quest was a tame, super slow water ride. I think kids would like it, but I don't think Jeff did. With a belly full of ramen on an overcast day, Jeff and I needed a sugary pick-me-up fast. Thankfully, I had heard of something called apple fries, which, with a name like that, you absolutely have to try.
All right, we've got some of the famous apple fries here over on Castle Hill in Legoland. These are Granny Smith green apples cooked with some cinnamon sugar and whipped cream dipping sauce. That is so good. It's weird to think it's an apple, but then the inside tastes like apple pie. Well, that was our day here at Legoland San Diego. I was definitely surprised by how cozy this park felt and the lengths they went to decorate for fall and Halloween. That was a really nice surprise. But let's go ahead and tally up the score and see how this date compared with the others.
If you haven't been following this mini-series, last month I was dumped by Disney for 30 days. And instead of sitting at home waiting for him to call me back, I used that time to speed date some of the other theme parks in California, including Universal Studios, Knott's Berry Farm, and SeaWorld. Compared to those guys, I'd say Legoland is the less exciting guy who is, well, you know, good with kids. How did he stack up on our list? We'll rate him with a handshake, a hug, and a kiss. Let's start with generosity. Tickets were $89 a person, which would be pretty pricey for a theme park of adult-sized thrills, but for a place geared towards children, this seemed really expensive. The roller coasters were good for kids, but way too short and unthemed when considering the cost of admission. The food wasn't bad in pricing, $17 for a bowl of ramen, apple fries for $9, quite reasonable. But for me, what really did it was the parking. Whereas most theme parks have all been the same ridiculous price for $35, Legoland somehow wanted to up the ante by another $1. $36? Why? For that, they get a handshake. As for attractiveness, the park had a lot of cute decorations and I loved all the fall theming. Though the rides were obviously toned down, the attention to detail in both the queues and throughout the park brought a charm that I couldn't help but love. That said, there really wasn't that much variety. The roller coasters felt the same and the carnival games throughout made everything feel needlessly congested. For that, they get a hug. And last, we have heart, which this park definitely has, but with a caveat. So much of what makes Legos great is their movie tie-ins. Since Legos steered away from using licensed brands in their permanent fixtures, the park gave off a wishy-washy feeling of nostalgia. Dino Land, for example, felt like it should be Jurassic Park, but it's not. Land of Adventure felt like it should be Indiana Jones, but it's not. It felt like a dream, where everything felt familiar but slightly off. This caused a weird disconnect, which makes me feel like they should have either committed to the IPs and pay for the rights, or go with more original themes. So for that, I give a hug. Add all that together, and I'd say Legoland is more of an acquaintance. He's very good with kids, which means if you're a family with young children, he would probably be a wonderful match and a great Disney alternative. So, after playing the field and seeing what other theme parks are out there, it looks like Disney still comes out on top. But my order of favorites from this mini-series were Knott's Berry Farm, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, and then LEGOLAND. What would your rank be? Anyway, we hope you enjoyed this series. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to help our channel grow and be the first to know when our next adventure drops. Until then, keep on doing things that keep your inner child alive. The last thing you want is to end up like Jeff on Explorer River Quest.